Hello everyone, it's been a while since I made a canning video, but today I'm going to show you how to make some wineberry jam. Now, wineberries are not native to the US, they're actually a species from Japan. They look like a raspberry, but they're kind of tart, and I'll show you the pictures and videos of them. But last year we didn't have as many growing around the pond, but this year they have multiplied. So keep in mind, if you have wineberries, they are an invasive type of berry and they will spread. So if you get them started somewhere, they will take over literally everything. However, they're a very good, delicious berry used for making jams or jellies. So today I want to show you how to make the wineberry jam. And I've already got my canner going here, and I've already washed my jars and I have them down in there. I'm going to keep them hot, have my pot ready. And then over here, I went out this morning and picked a few of the wineberries. This is about as many as I can get right now. And I had more in the refrigerator because I've been picking berries for about the last 2 days. So I'm going to take you through the whole process and just show you how to make wineberry jam. Here we go. Okay, I've got my pot. I don't have the heat on yet, but I'm going to dump my berries in there. These are the ones that I went out and picked this morning. I've been saving some for a couple of days so that I can add them all together. I needed 4 cups of berries. So as you can see, this is my 2-cup measuring cup. It's not all the way full, but I already have some saved from the past couple of days. So when I add that, I'll have probably a little over 4 cups actually. And these are the ones I've had in the fridge, and I have already washed them, so they're clean. Now, that's just a little bit over 4 cups of berries right there. So I had just a little bit more, but that's okay. My phone's fogging up a little bit because I've got my jars heating in there. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to mash up these berries and get that good juice flowing there. So you want to mash your berries and get all that goop liquidy before you turn it on your heat, and I'm going to add some sugar to it. I'll show you how much sugar that we're going to add. And that looks pretty good there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my heat started, even though I haven't added my sugar yet. I just want to get it heated up. So I'll probably put it on about medium. And this is a gas stove, by the way, so about medium heat, just to get it started before I add my sugar. I'm going to use 3 cups of white sugar, and that'll be the Domino's, but I have this is a light brown organic sugar. I'm going to use just 1 cup of this, and I have my measuring cups out here. This is my cup, and this is my 2 cup, but I need 3 cups of sugar. Now, I'll pack that in there. I could probably get a little bit more if I pack it good. Now, my berries and my juice is starting to boil a little bit where I started on the heat, so I'm just going to take just a metal spoon and stir it. And you're just going to keep it stirred. But I haven't put my sugar in there just yet. I'm measuring it out. Okay, so this is 2 cups of sugar, and this is the Domino's white sugar. 2. And that's 1 cup, so that makes 3. And then I'm going to add in my 1 cup of brown sugar. So what we have is 4 cups of berries, 3 cups of white sugar, 1 cup of brown organic sugar. And I'm going to give that a stir, and it already smells heavenly. I'm going to stir that, and then occasionally stir it so that it doesn't stick. And again, we've got our heat on medium. So just give it a really good stir, and then we're going to let it cook for just a bit. Whenever it comes to a boil, I'm going to add in some pectin, but I'm going to mix my pectin with a little bit of that brown sugar. Alright, so let's let that cook for just a bit. Here, I just have maybe not even a third of that cup, but just enough brown sugar to mix it with my pectin mix. And I'm going to take a fork and mix that together. Now, in case you're wondering, I saw this recipe on, I don't know if it was YouTube or online or where it was, but I saw this recipe, and I can't give credit for that because I don't remember who it was that shared putting this brown sugar mix in with your pectin. But to give credit to them, I don't remember their name, but I am giving credit to them. So, and I'm following the recipe in a ball book. I'm just going by that for jam making. It's just a general jam making, although I am making wineberries today. And I'm thinking you call this sterilizing your jars. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my jars that I have washed and let boil in this water mixture out of this pot. Sorry, I didn't show you the process there. And I'm going to sit them over here until I get ready to put my jam in there. So this helps to sterilize. That jam is starting to foam and bubble up. I'm going to add some butter in there, and that's going to help, supposedly, to keep it from foaming so much. Let's give this a good stir. Now you can see that foam has already started to go down. So perfect. So put you just a little bit of butter in there to keep it from foaming up and boiling over. That was the perfect idea. I'm glad that I saw another user recommend that tip. And we'll give this another quick stir. It has been boiling for probably about 5 minutes. And I'm going to add in my pectin and brown sugar mix to this. Okay. Let me grab that. So there's my pectin and brown sugar mix. I have to get a spoon and dip the rest of that out of there. And stir that up really well. I don't want any clumps in there, so I want to make sure that I mix that good. Okay, you make sure you don't leave any clumps. See those clumps? And then you're going to bring this back up to another boil once you've added your pectin and brown sugar mix. Just take special effort to get in there and mash those clumps up. Alright, we're going to let that boil. Now we're letting our mixture thicken, but you're going to stir it just every little bit. And that helps ensure any clumps in there are mixed up too. So you're supposed to let this get to the jelly making stage, which is thicker. As of right now, you can see it's just like water. So I've already let it cook 5 minutes before I added my Sure Gel. And now I'm going to probably let it cook another probably 5 minutes. Okay, we've been cooking for another 5 minutes or so. And you can see my juice is starting to thicken up a lot. So I turned my heat down just a little bit. And I tasted it. It tastes really good. Alright, I may have to add just a little bit more. Alright, added a little bit more butter. Now I'm ready to start ladling some of this yummy goodness into my jars. I'm not going to show you all of it because I'm running out of space on my phone here and I need to stop for just a second. But I'm going to end up filling all these up and I'll show you. Here's how it looks right now, and I'll show you the final product at the end once I get them all in there. You want to leave about a 1/4 inch headspace from the top. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the tiny jelly jars and 2 of the bigger size jelly jars. I'm using these because it's just my husband and I, and we won't eat a whole lot at a time, so this is the perfect size for us. But if you have a bigger family, you probably want to aim for this jelly jar size. It's a little bit bigger, and there you can see the difference in the two. So now what I'm going to do is I have taken a paper towel and dabbed it in some vinegar, and I'm going to go around the rims Clean these off because you want to make sure you get all that goop like that right there that's on the side of your rim, so that when you put your lid on there, it's going to secure it down and there's not going to be anything between the glass and the lid to keep it from sealing. All right, now we have it. I have put my lids on with my band. I guess you call a lid and a ring or a band. And I have only finger tightened that. You just want to finger tighten. You don't want to tighten it too tight. And then we're going to put them into our water bather over here. And my water's been boiling for a pretty good while now. Once we get all of these put into the water bather, we're going to drop them down in there and we're going to process, which means you're going to boil it in your water bather with your lid on it for about 10 minutes. And I'll set my timer for 10 minutes. And then we'll get them out. Let's see, let's put that one right in the middle there. Oh, that didn't work. I'll have to, I guess it's not going to fit in the middle because, oops, I had a boo-boo here. All right. There we go. Sometimes you have boo-boos and that's normal. They just won't fit right there in the middle, so I'll have to get them on around the side. So we'll just have to scoot them around to make a little more room. There we go. Because these are small jars, so that's normal for them to just slide around in there. You're not going to have enough space to fill out the bottom of that rack, but you can move them around. There we go. Almost got it. Now, one more, and then we're going to set our timer for 10 minutes, and we're going to let these process. Okay, you can see I have them in there, and then we're going to come over here and do our timer for 10 minutes. And once our time is up, they will be fully processed. And you only need a water bather. You don't need a pressure canner because these are like considered a high acid type food like tomatoes. Anything that's tomatoes, jams, jellies. Here I'm beating my chest making a loud noise, but anything like that, you only need to water bath it. And you can buy these water bathers from Walmart. I'm going to link my products down into the description for you as well. Alright, we are done. We have processed for 10 minutes. Now I'm going to get all of my jars out of here. And I'm just going to let them sit over here on the counter all night. And that's to ensure that they have a good seal. Sometime tomorrow I will take the bands off and store them without the band because you don't want to leave your band on there. But I'll show you all of my beautiful jars of Wineberry. It smelled heavenly. I tasted it. It tasted heavenly. So you will have to just try to make you some if you can find some wineberries. They're really hard to find in this area in Appalachia because, as I said earlier, they're not native to this area. So it's very difficult to find them. And I've actually picked all that we have. So this is all I was able to get this year, and I'm lucky to get those.